My name's Osama. I co-founded TimeSvr.com a couple of years ago while we were in university. And what we do is we provide online business and personal assistance. And we're a 24/7, 365-day service. Our contact center is based in Karachi, and we have satellite offices in Lahore and Islamabad, although our service is headquartered in Singapore. Our clients are from all over the world. 85% of them are from the US, and out of that 85%, another 85% are from California. So it shows that most of our clients are tech-savvy entrepreneurs, web-based entrepreneurs, or startup guys, or small companies or individuals who are trying to build a business online. And we assist them in doing that, and we assist them in different ways. It's not just business support assistance, it's very dynamic. We provide personal assistance as well, so that the co-founders or the founders of that particular startup can have their personal life taken care of by us, and they can focus more on their own core product. So far, we have had significant success, I would say. We didn't go under after having a beta version pushing a beta version out of our service. We were able to go into regular service within 3 months, and we were able to get we were able to break even as well. So that was a great start, and we bootstrapped it. We didn't have any funding, and it was a challenge in itself to do that in Pakistan, but also it was quite an experience. So we've had quite a strong ride, and we're looking forward to building upon that. With regards to how we are different from our predecessors, what I would say is that we do have competition which is different from our product. To be honest, we don't pay a whole lot of attention to that aspect. Our focus has been on working on a niche market and giving them the service that we feel they should get. And we do that by placing ourselves into their own shoes and figuring out, if I was there, sitting in say, San Francisco, start doing my own startup, what sort of things would I need? And so far we've been able to do that a lot, fairly well. One of the other things that we also did in the beginning was that we really took in the feedback that our early adopters gave us, whether it was with regards to design or any other application features, or whether it was regards to service or any expectations that they had. We tried to include as much as we could. So those first few months were critical to gaining that momentum for ourselves as well as for our clients, which really lasted us and is sort of pushing us through. So we really capitalized on that. One of the things that we do, and which I think is our core strength, is that we are able to assist in research which is very dynamic in nature. Although we primarily use general search engines like Google mostly, but at the same time we have very smart people taking care of that research. So somebody could come and ask us, what is the average force required to crush a human skull? Now that's a very simple statement that somebody wants to know for whatever reasons. Maybe it's just a line in their medical article that they're writing or whatever, but they'd like that statistic. And we'll search it for them. And then we'll sort of adapt into that situation and think that, hey, is he asking for a baby skull or an old person's skull? Is it a male or a female? All those sorts of things. So our guys will then adapt to that situation and give the client, all sorts of possibilities. And we try to do it in as minimum time as possible, so we can respond to the client very, very fast. It could be something very even odder, like, I've heard, this was a sample task, somebody said that, I heard there's a correlation between listening to music and the taste of wine. Can you find that out for me? Admittedly, our guys not many of them have had wine. None of them have had wine. But still they were able to sort of picture, okay, there might be there are 5 senses, and if you miss listening to something, sound might be related to taste buds, and why wine, and why a particular type, or why classical music, for example, and they were able to draw that correlation. So these little odd sort of tasks of web-based research, as well as more professional ones. Most people are trying to invest in green technology or green entrepreneurship ventures, and we have dug up so many business plan proposals as well as opportunities or niche opportunities which are specific not just to a region, for example the States or North America or Europe, but very specific policies for a state. Like, what are the state laws in Connecticut to encourage green technology companies coming up or green products coming up, etc., etc. So it's a very big spread. And it all depends on the people that we hire and the training that we give them and the ability for them to adapt to the client situation. Personal plan is it's a very singular plan. It's like $69 a month, 24/7, 365 days availabilities. You have an assistant who's on standby. Now that assistant is actually a virtual assistant it's a screen, it's a bot. And the way it works is that there you have like 150 clients signed up on that plan, for example, and you have about 15 assistants who are handling work for these people. So they just bombard a dashboard with all sorts of tasks, and our guys sitting at the back end are able to handle it. So you don't get that one-on-one exclusivity with one person only. It's more of a selection that takes place. So on average, in the example that I gave, 150 clients to 15 guys handling them, you have one person assisting on average 15 people, and they're able to divide that time accordingly. For the dedicated plan, however, you have more one-on-one interaction with just one person, and you can train them in however way that you like. Now the dedicated plan, for these reasons, is used more by companies who want assistance or professional assistance or support for their organizational structure, so they can basically hire somebody and not have to worry about their income tax statements or them taking holidays or their medical benefits, etc. So just hire somebody sitting in Pakistan and go like, hey, I can just outsource a big chunk of my work 8 hours a day to this person, and I have to pay like a third or a fourth of what I'm used to paying over there. So that's cost saving for businesses and businesses. So it's a business solution. Well, we have not particularly focused on getting clients in the local market, not just in Pakistan, but in most developing countries for a couple of reasons. But it doesn't mean that we don't want to pursue that option at all. One of the reasons is that people, or the startup culture, which is our backbone for the business model, or even busy professionals for that matter, they're not very web reliant to execute their work. The system is designed over here as such that web-based companies or executing processes online is not. The culture of that is just picking up momentum. So that market, that niche would be developed, I would say, in at least 5 to 10 years for us to tap into. The second problem that we foresee is payment processing. Not many people are able to pay us online, and we basically take in all our transactions are web-based, and we use PayPal as a payment processor, which is not available in Pakistan. So one of the main reasons that we are not able to target this local market in Pakistan, clients in Pakistan, is we want to safeguard ourselves from potential fraudulent banking transactions. But we do see a lot of potential and opportunity in terms of providing jobs. If there are people who enjoy this sort of work, the work that I've mentioned, and who enjoy that cultural interaction, because we get fairly involved personally with a lot of different and very dynamic and exciting people. So people who are looking to do their own startups, for example, or get inspired by other startups, can definitely join our ranks and then build up upon that. And we've had very successful runs. With the way our startup works is that you're basically working for two entities when you step in through our doors. You're not only working for us, which is I would say a very relaxed and a very productivity oriented work environment, but you're also working for clients who are all over the world. So the exposure that you get is tremendous, and the opportunities to learn are even more. So, and the little projects that we do on the side, like the Hunza project that I mentioned to you, people can sort of tap into their own the mentality that they wouldn't get to otherwise. For if they have a social conscience, they can exercise that by participating in that Hunza project, helping villagers, training them on virtual assistants, for example, and helping them earn money. So I view TimeSvr especially as an opportunity, as an entrepreneurial platform for people to come on board, learn a few skills, and then jump off and do their own thing. And nothing would make me happier. I really would like to see that startup culture going in Pakistan. It's one of the other initiatives that we are taking. We're trying to get entrepreneurship, bootstrap entrepreneurship, or hacker spaces running in universities in Pakistan. We want to introduce that culture. There is a lot of potential. The people are very talented, and we'd like to see that take hold.
Okay, about the Hunza project. So Pakistan is a resource base for TimeSvr. And how does that work? As in, it's headquartered in Karachi, and you mentioned earlier that
the heartbeat of TimeSvr is Karachi, where our 24/7, 365 contact center operates. So that's where we do most of our hiring. That's where we do most of our work. And we've had we've built a satellite office in Lahore. It's a small team right now, but again, it's bootstrapping. It's earning its own revenue. It's managing itself well. It's learning to take care of its own finances, and they're handling the dedicated plan mostly. Islamabad, likewise, they're also doing some content writing. It's being headed by that a very dynamic lady in Islamabad. And the Hunza project is sort of special and different. Hunza is a region which has 99% literacy rate. The tertiary level education over there is like 47%. People are very educated. The women are very emancipated. Culturally, it's a very unique place. And also, it's very, very beautiful. So we figured that the people over there, they lack employment opportunities. They either work for social services or NGO, non-governmental organizations in social support programs, or they sit at home and, you know, just till the farmland which is nearby. So we thought that although they are skilled to work in corporations, their education level is that they have that talent. So, and the way that the women are so emancipated over there and empowered, I think that that region has the potential in terms of human resource to lead Pakistan out of its problems. So when we went there on holiday, we chanced upon an IT center which was being run by an NGO. And then we told them about the work that we are doing. And we asked them if we could help. And the people over there were very warm and nice, and they said, sure. We started working with that, with the locals over there and the local NGO, as well as the Maria, who's in our Islamabad operations. She helped a lot in patching us through and coordinating this initiative. And we started training those people, and we said that, look, no, we don't want an office over there for our own good. What we want to do is help you build your own business. We want to empower you in doing that. We can help you with funds, we can help you with projects and clients, but that's like the starting. And we'll train you, but then what we're expecting you to do is earn whatever projects that we give you, you keep all the money for it. We're not going to take any commission or any cuts, but then you use that money to build your own infrastructure. You know, get a few PCs up, get a small rented space, start hiring people. So that project is underway. We've had a few months in which we started. We've faced infrastructural problems, like when it's winter time, you can't, every life pretty much comes to a standstill. So we need to work around that. Clients usually can't wait. We have response times which are like 2 to 4 hours. So if they send in work, we need to respond within 4 hours and give back to them. So we can't have off time. And the region is such that, you know, at night it's very inconvenient to climb through mountain passes to get to that IT center, so people don't travel at night at all, almost, etc., etc. So we're working around those problems which were anticipated, but what we're doing is we're trying to adjust them into a new price plan and offer their services as a service on our website and tell our clients that this is for those guys in Hunza, sitting in the remote valleys, and it's an environmentally friendly project. So they can sort of sign up for it and feel that they are contributing towards a larger cause as well. Psychological CSR, well, what I would say is that it's more about building a connection with people who are, yes, it's more about building a connection between people you would not anticipate ever meeting or knowing. People did not anticipate getting their, you know, child woken up for class by someone sitting in Karachi. Somebody called Amna, you know. Amna is waking my daughter Leslie up to go for her CAL 101 class. They were not expecting that. And now if you get work like that outsourced by somebody who's living in the remotest corner called Zainab in Hunza, you know, imagine the stories that the two would exchange. Imagine the sort of contact that is being built. Imagine the inspiration that Zainab is going to draw from Chris, you know, who's doing his sort of own work. And so it's more about sharing a culture, and the business opportunity over there is there, of course. But the only success that this business model would have is through that element of you know, goodness, that you need to help somebody and let's try to assist them. It's not just, hey, I'll do it for money and money alone. People don't tend to outsource personal work to that sort of a mentality. I think that's also been the differentiating factor with TimeSvr. We've been trying to focus very hard on that as well, on maintaining good relations and very humble relations with our clients. So that's the Hunza project. Well, within the Pakistani market, I would say that, like I said, I'm waiting on somebody to approach us and wanting to sign up with us and say that, hey, I'm from Pakistan, I could use some assistance or your experience. That hasn't happened yet, but hopefully it will start opening up within the next few years. So we're not going to say no. We're going to take that on very willingly and very happily. With regards to the general outsourcing trend, we're going to see this opening up even more and more, and we foresee expansion of our services, hopefully. Expansion in the number of clients, expansion in the number of our staff members and our offices. And we're also hoping that some of the projects that we've started, Hunza is one, that takes off. We're incubating a technology company, that takes off. Some of our people who have learned a lot of skills while they're here, they go on and do their own ventures. You know, that would make me really happy as well. And lastly, the thing is I'm personally focusing towards is looking at it from a research point of view. What has prompted people to outsource their personal life and divide it into portions which are outsourceable, and what has prompted people to take that cause up and do that work? Is it just money? Is there other things which can motivate people? And lastly, you know, if this idea of outsourcing, personal outsourcing, can be extended to mobile phone technology. Right now we're PC based usually. We have phone support, but most of the work is done through the PC. But can this be extended to mobile phone technology? That is really where we'd like to see things go, so that people can do things on the go for clients or individuals who are sitting far away. And we would like to make this a sort of a global platform, not just be limited to Pakistan or the US, but see that trend spread in other countries as well.